So how are you guys all doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. Today so the first thing I want to say is that we are in full on sellathon mode now. So if you are watching on Facebook, you are in the right place. That is fantastic. If you're watching on Instagram, at the end of this month, I can't believe it's October already. That's crazy. At the end of this month, we are going to be having a sellathon event, okay? And this is basically where we are going to help you, or I'm going to help you, to make $1,000 in 7 days. It is a challenge. It is going to be hard work, but the challenge is completely free. So if you guys, your sales are a little bit slow, you're kind of feeling a little bit sluggish, and you're thinking, okay, I really need to, kick things up a notch, you definitely want to join me for this challenge. It's going to be just such an amazing challenge. It starts on, I'm going to make sure, double check that date, the 16th. So 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th of October, I will be going live every single day at 1 p.m. And if for some reason you can't join me live, there will be limited replays. So I'm going to be going live and basically teaching you the 5 main steps that you need to do to create that $1,000 in 7 days, which is insane, but it can be done. I've done this challenge with other people before. And yes, it's just one of those amazing things that we are all going to be doing together. So definitely sign up. It's handmadebosses.com/sellathon, SELLATHON. And you can sign up there. And it's just amazing. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about today is AI in business. Now, I know that there is going to be quite a few of you who hate AI, who are probably like wanting to like avoid it at all costs, who are probably feeling a little bit like scared almost of the whole AI thing. But no matter, or you might be feeling excited by it. You might be like, oh God, this is going to be really, really good. But it really just depends on, I think, how open you are to kind of new tech and kind of how, I don't want to say tech savvy, because I almost think that AI is really good for all levels, because look at Chat GPT. You just type in something literally on a web page and it spits out some fantastic things, right? But it's kind of like dependent on how you feel about AI. Is kind of like, I think, how receptive you're going to be to accept it and kind of implement it in your business. I think that there is a lot of limitations. Like I had 2 one-to-one clients who were using it to do their SEO and to write the blog posts. But unfortunately, although it seems to make the job quicker, the stuff that it spits out, A, is not in your voice, and B, what I was finding is that I was finding that everyone was having really highly competitive keywords. They were keyword stuffing. There was like a lot of stuff wrong with it. So I think my advice would be, use it to get ideas. And like I'm going to be going over it all and going over like my favorite uses for it. But I think there are some people out there who have completely taken a step back and kind of gone, oh, awesome, I don't need to market anymore, I don't need to do my SEO anymore, I don't need to do any of these things that it is basically the driving force behind my business. And that would be like a kind of bonus action, would be to have a little think about the driving forces behind your business, whether that's SEO, which it should be, whether that's social media, whether that's blog post, email, and ask yourself the question, are you going to put an automated bot in the driver's seat of the thing that drives the most traffic to your business? Now, I really like AI. I'm very much on the fence with handmade businesses. There's a lot of AI generated art coming through, and I guess the jury's still out on that one. But like, that is a thing that I especially will always ask myself is, do I want to put a bot in charge of a really important function? And the answer for me is, I want to kind of see how this plays out first. I want to kind of see how robust it is. I don't want to personally, give over a big part of my brand identity, especially, like I said, if we're talking about social posts, blog posts, all that kind of stuff. Humans connect with humans, and I feel as if that is especially true when you have a small handmade business, because that is the very light behind what it is that we do. People connect with humans. We're not just some faceless corp, right? So that is definitely something that I would suggest to just make sure that you're asking yourself. Over the next year, you're going to get some really awful robotic sounding marketing, because let's be honest, that's the thing that people most want to automate in some way, shape or form, is the marketing side. And I think that you are going to see business sales go down and down and down and down, because that connection is going to be lost. So it's really kind of going to sort the serious businesses from the ones that aren't, if that makes sense. So way back when, right, and I sound like an old grandma now, but way back when, cars were all handmade, right? Because there was no choice. We didn't have robots. We didn't have, arms coming in and attaching doors and lights and spraying it. And, there was a time when all cars were handmade. So it wasn't really seen as like a big deal. Oh, my car's handmade. Oh, okay. But then it kind of got to the point where machinery started to come in, and then all of a sudden handmade cars were at a premium. They were like luxury, and people wanted them because they didn't want machinery for whatever reason, or there was this kind of connotation about a handmade car. Same with sweets, same with anything really. So I feel as if, I don't know if you guys agree, but I feel that AI is going to become that, where for the next year there's going to be a bit of a crossover. There's going to be a few boundaries that are pushed. Then it is going to get to the point where I think that it's still going to be the creative projects that are still going to command the most money, if that makes sense. So okay, let's go over, I think, some uses for AI, right? And this is not an exhaustive list. This is just something that I think you could use it for. Would I say that you just kind of, like I said, sit back and let the bots have the driving seat? No, but I think it's a fantastic tool to start to generate ideas, to give you some idea of where to start. I think the overarching theme of this is AI helps you with that blank page syndrome, where you're just sat there staring at a blank page like, I don't know where to start. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're not quite sure how to start things off. And I think AI really helps with that. Do I think you should be publishing the final result? Absolutely not, because again, you're going to lose your voice. Every single tool has an AI tool within it now. Canva does. On the 9th of October, is it October? Yes. Canva's doing a massive unveiling of all these new tools, which we all know there's going to be a massive AI tool. Canva has Magic Write. Later has an AI tool. Virtually all the tools that I use have some kind of AI things in it. So you don't have to you don't have to worry about going out and, having a subscription to things or learning a different thing, because I think a nice way to kind of dip your toe in would be to just look around at the tools that you already use to see if there's any AI functionality of it. Like I said, Canva does, Later does. Later is a social media a social media scheduling tool that I love and use. So you can schedule things out for months and months and months ahead. But they give you AI captions, AI hashtags. Like, they really do help you a lot. They even create content for you with AI, and you use credits and all this kind of stuff. Here is some uses for AI in handmade businesses, right? So the first one is marketing emails. I think it's a fantastic place to just get some rough ideas. Now, even if you have chat GPT, I always say GPT, even if you have that open on a tab and you just type in 5 marketing email ideas for a handmade bow business, right? Even just doing that, it's going to give you some ideas. Okay. Welcome emails as well. I know that there's a lot of you watching who have procrastinated the living guts out of creating a welcome sequence for people who sign up to your email list. Now, if you don't have an email list right now, don't worry about learning it or anything like this. That's a whole other kettle of fish. And I do have lots of videos and advice posts and things like that on YouTube, Instagram, and within the group as well. But I know that there's a lot of you who are procrastinating writing the email sequence to welcome people in. And it's probably one of our most popular posts, being like, where should I start with this? And that's where Chat GPT really helps with this. Okay. Also, social media captions, they're so good, I find, at kind of coming up with something that, again, you can just take ideas from, but kind of run with it in your own voice, you know. I am so non-techie. I wonder if I can manage and carry on without AI, or is it something I must learn? I think you can carry on as you are. I wouldn't say you need to learn it. I think it would be good to kind of have a rough idea as to what's going on. I personally think that for those of you who are completely organically marketing in your own voice, it's working for you, you're building a home hub, you know, you're kind of well on your way to having the group of people, whether it's on, I don't know, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, email, whatever, you're well on your way to it being fine, okay, you've got a group of like super fans that are ready to buy from you. I think you don't really need to start using it like within the business. Do I think it's a good idea to keep up to date with this tool and just have it on a tab and just play around with it? Yes, I think that could be a really good idea. I always say it's always better to have an understanding about a tool before you need to, because a bit like, I mean, the perfect demonstration, when I went live now, right, I've been using StreamYard for 18 months, about a year maybe, and I fully relied on it to work. The minute it doesn't work, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So then I now on the go have to learn how to use Facebook's like native streaming tool, right? So it's kind of like that, where if I'd have used it and played around with it before, it wouldn't be such a shock, and I wouldn't have to be majorly stressed because I'm having to use it in a pinch. I'd already know about it. So the other thing is video scripts. I haven't used this myself because I don't tend to script. I tend to bullet points. So if I'm doing a video or a live, I'll just have like 5 or 6 bullet points and then I'll just riff on those things. But if you're someone who does video content, reels, stories, and you prefer to have it kind of scripted out, this is a great place, like a great starting point to have like scripts and stuff. Also blog posts as well. Marketing, you know, like I said before, someone's just asked about how it helps. Well, if you go back, I did talk about marketing emails, welcome emails, blog posts. These are all marketing things, social media captions, hashtags, all that kind of stuff. Basically, it's not going to do marketing for you. Like, you can't just type in market my product. I mean, we're not that good yet, but it will help you with different aspects of the marketing that you guys do. You can type in, give me 5 blog post ideas for a soap shop, and it will come out with lots of different things. And you can even get it to write you a blog post. Would I publish that as is? No, I wouldn't. I would copy it, paste it into like a Word doc, and just fiddle around with it there. Also, a starting point to sales copy, basically descriptions, right? It's a fantastic place to do that. And the last one, which I think not a lot of people really think about, is customer service responses. How many of you guys get a difficult customer and you're like, oh, I don't even know how to respond to this, or how do I, like, I'm really angry, but I can't say that. Like, how do I get that across? How do I get across my boundaries without acting shirty or like I'm mad or upset or whatever? Now, I have actually done this, and I've just been like, write me a customer service email for someone who wants to refund, right? And again, it's not copy and paste done, but it's a good kind of place to start to kind of put that barrier between you and the customer. Because again, I feel like as handmade business owners, like I've been saying for years, we're so close to our craft that sometimes when someone comes and says, I'm not very happy with this, we're a bit like, whoa, hang on, that hit me different, buddy, you know? AI, guys, It's there. It's not going away. It is going to get bigger, but I don't think that you guys should be scared of it. I don't think, and maybe scared's the wrong word, but I don't think you guys should be worried, because I actually do feel as if eventually AI and automation in its very form is going to make things that aren't automated that bit rarer, and it's going to actually push it up to a bit of a premium.